In movies, we often find ourselves watching a protagonist with an astounding tolerance for pain. Oftentimes, we find ourselves asking, how? Is that possible? The truth is that many writers and directors exaggerate the role of endorphins and adrenaline. One example of a movie plagued with the lack of realism is The Boondock Saints. During a scene, the bad guy shoots the two brothers and their friend Rocco. Rocco gets his index finger shot off, while one of the brothers gets shot in the knee and torso. In no way would either of these injuries prove fatal, as the blood loss would be minimal. However, in the case of one brother, the bullet would most likely affect the knee joint. In the movie, he never does receive any kind of treatment and is able to walk on it for the remainder of the film. While adrenaline and endorphins may have allowed him to continue throughout the scene, the effects would have worn off well before the end of the movie.
Another example of a major exaggeration in a film is in the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The scene in question is a fight between mighty King Arthur and the dreaded Black Knight. Needless to say, such a situation is among the least realistic. The loss of a single limb alone is the cause of extreme blood loss, whereas the loss of multiple limbs essentially assures death. Additionally, while endorphins serve to subdue pain and adrenaline allows additional action, the injuries sustained by the Black Knight call for a much more sophisticated form of medical treatment.
A final movie that truly tests the boundaries of realism is Platoon, a film that depicts the Vietnam War. In the movie, Sergeant Elias, Willem Dafoe, is betrayed by a fellow comrade who shoots the sergeant in the chest. The scene ends, and Elias is presumably left for dead. However, as the soldiers move out of the area, Elias is seen sprinting through the forest, chased by a huge group of Vietnamese soldiers. Such a scene brings into question the length one could persist after being shot, especially when the injuries sustained are of a more serious degree. In actuality, the scene shown in Platoon is fairly realistic. Real-world cases have occasionally provided examples of patients with severe gun wounds who have persisted for upwards of 4 hours. An example is Lonnie Feather, a woman who was shot twice in the head by her boyfriend. Lonnie survived for roughly 8 hours before receiving any treatment and ultimately survived her injuries.